First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bahashem Makakodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders that do rule by a grip no stone. Peace and salutation to the Akim out there pushing his gospel and sincerity and truth. Shalom to the humble and sincere sisters out there as well. The brother Kalam from Jameson Camp. Come back with another lesson entitled Let Us Die All in Our Innocency. Right, and you know, I was just reading through this chapter and I decided to make a video on it because this is the level of devotion, this is the level of faith that is truly required to serve Yahweh Shem Shai. You know, you can't really look at it as a activity or something to pass time, because the things that is required of you. You know, when you read in the scriptures and you could see those that serve the Lord, you know, what they had to endure, what they had to give up and sacrifice. You can't be lukewarm. You can't be lukewarm. Otherwise, you're just gonna be of those that with that Judas spirit, you're gonna be the ones that forfeit. You're gonna be the ones that fell out the race. Right? You know. So I'll make this quick. First Maccabees chapter 2 verse 33. And they said unto them, Let that which ye have done hitherto suffice. Come forth and do according to the commandment of the king, and he shall live. But they said, We will not come forth, neither will we do the king's commandment to profane the Sabbath day. So then they gave them the battle with all speed. Howbeit they answered them not, neither cast they a stone at them, nor stopped the places where they lay hid, but said, Let us die all in our innocency. Heaven and earth will testify for us that she put us to death wrongfully. So they rose up against them in battle on the Sabbath, and they slew them with their wives and children and their cattle, to the number of 1,000 people. So, right, so we have 1,000 people, right, that were not willing to accept the Hellenization, that were not willing to give up the laws of the Lord and the customs of the Lord, right? So they fled, and in their fleeing, they were apprehended, and in the apprehension, it was told them, basically, to live by the commandment of the king, right? And they refused. They refused to live by that commandment. They chose the Most High. And it said what that the most, in a very beautiful way, verse 37, but said, Let us die all in our innocency. So what does it mean? They retain their integrity. The word integrity is synonymous with the word innocence. To be pure, to be clean, right? Clean slate. You understand? And this is what they did, right? Because to them, they didn't want to do no work on the Sabbath day. They didn't want to take up arms on the Sabbath day. And in this belief, right, they were willing to die. And 1,000 of them, men, women, and children, were executed on that day. These names, if the 1,000, it just said 1,000 people, but guess what? Their names are remembered by the Heavenly Father. We may not know each and every one of their names, but guess what? Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai knows them, and he saw them, and what they did, and he received them. You understand? Because this truly a devotion. As the scriptures say, what in Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, right, 4:28. Strive for the truth unto death, and Yahweh shall fight for thee. Strive for the truth unto death, and Yahweh shall fight for thee. You understand? So you literally have to be willing to die. And anybody could talk that. Anybody could say, well, yeah, I dying for the Lord thing, but you don't know. You won't know what you're really capable of unless you're in the circumstance. That is why you need to have humility and be based. You understand? Because you don't know what you're going to do. Right? It's a righteous thing to have good intentions towards the Most High, but it's another thing to act it out. Right? But the scriptures say here, once you strive for the truth unto death, guess what? The Most High is going to fight for thee. Right? Good precept to back up that one. Revelation 12:11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. You understand? They love not their lives unto death. So they were willing to die. The elect were willing, and the elect will be willing to be executed for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You understand? It's simple as that. Matthew 20. Matthew chapter 10 verse 39. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. Simple as that. If you find your life in this society, and there's where you plant your anchor, and there's where you want to, establish yourself, you are going to lose that which you had received and all the riches that came with it. But those that have lost their lives, that will lose their lives, you understand, whether it be physically death or the fact that they had to give up everything that they were, they are going to receive infinite fold. You understand? Infinite fold. They're going to receive that from Yahweh Shem Yahushai for that sacrifice. Alright, let's bring out this last precept real quick, make this short and sweet. Isaiah 26 verse 21. It says, for behold, Yahweh cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain. Right? The earth shall no more disclose her blood. So the men and women of Yahweh that died that day, the 1,000 that died that day, that said, hey, I had to bring it back. First Maccabees 2:37, but said, let us die all in our innocency. Heaven and earth will testify for us that she put us to death wrongfully. And what did it say in Isaiah 26:21? Yahweh cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and no more cover her slain. So it's true. What they said was true. The earth, the heavens, and all the host of them are going to bear witness against those that shed their blood innocently. You understand? That shed their innocent blood. That shed their blood wrongfully, wickedly. You understand? It's going to be remembered. The earth shall no longer, the earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain. The scripture say what? Your brother Abel, his blood cried unto me. You understand? So from Abel straight down, all the prophets, the scriptures talk about, those that kill his servants, the prophets. Many of the prophets we read about, they weren't put to death like that. A lot of them, they lived till old age and they died. So who is it referring to? It's referring to those that were named, and also the unnamed. You understand? Those that were not written of. But even though they're not written of, Yahweh Shem Yahushai remembers them, and their blood is going to be remembered. Right, last precept. Numbers 35 verse 33. So you shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit, wherein I dwell, for I Yahweh dwell among the children of Israel. Right? For the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So all the blood shed that we've received by Esau, by all these other nations, throughout the thousands of years, guess what? It need to have a recompense for that. You understand? In order for the land to be clean, and we know the kingdom of heaven ain't gonna have no one clean thing in our midst. So how is it that they're gonna be made clean? The blood of them that shed it have to be shed. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Right? Happy shall he be that rewards you as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone. Right? Seeing it is a righteous thing to recompense tribulation unto those that trouble you. You understand? So all of our enemies, they're going to receive the wrath of Yahweh Shem Yoshai. The blood is crying out to the Father from the ground. The angels and all the hosts of heaven witness the death. And they're going to pay for it. And all the things like that. Hey, when you read these things, it really hit you because it's crazy how wicked these people is. And the things that they did to us. You know, you could imagine the scene. Imagine men, you know, watching the children being slaughtered before their very eyes. Their wives, their brothers, Yovas. 1,000 slaughtered by the hands of our enemies for keeping the Sabbath. Right? These is the times we coming in. This is how we're gonna be. So gotta get right now. You understand? You don't practice on the day. You don't practice on the championship day. You don't practice on game day. When it's game day, all the practice behind closed doors is gonna be called into the open. The son, you know, with that hope this is almost edifying, giving all praises and glory unto the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakodash, Shalom.